Hey everybody, it's Miss Cat and Miss Norma.
How are you?
Hey you guys, I'm so sorry. Miss Cat has been totally scatterbrained and I got our time wrong. So if you logged on and you tried to do the Zoom with me, I was late and I'm really sorry. I thought I was getting this started at 3, but we are going to get it started now. If I have friends join me, that's going to be super awesome. If not, you guys get to do this at your own time. Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sing our hello song to each other. That's the best way to get this started. So I'm going to switch our screen over and so that we can boogie on down together. Give me just a second here, friends. All right, I've got it ready for you. Are you ready? So I'm going to share the screen and now you can see what I can see. And I'm going to press play so that we can boogie. Ready?
Hello, hello. Can you clap your hands? Hello, hello. Can you clap your hands? Can you stretch up high? Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello? Hello, hello. Can you stamp your feet? Hello, hello. Can you stamp your feet? Can you stretch up high? Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello? Hello, hello. Can you clap your hands? Hello, hello. Can you stamp your feet?
Nice job. All right. You guys did a really good job. Okay, so now that we've said hello to each other, we're going to go into our next activity. Give Miss Cat just a second here. All right. Which is us counting all of our friends who are at school. Miss Norma's going to be over across the room, so I'm going to take off my mask now, and so you guys can see how I'm talking, okay? So I'm going to share my screen again. It's going to look a little bit different this time because I'm going to pull up the whiteboard because we're going to practice tallying. Okay, you see my whiteboard here? I can make marks on it. Okay, so we're going to count up all of our friends and then we're going to make tally marks for each of them, okay? So I want you to look real close. Try and figure out if it's your name. I'm going to give you a hint by doing the letter sound that starts the name, okay? So my first friend's name starts with the letter M, and do this with me. It goes Millie. Here's Millie's name. Ready? This one starts with the letter L. Levi. How about this one? This one's a tricky one because normally when we see the letter C, it will go k, but this one goes C, Cielo. That's Cielo's name. All right, how about this one? We've got J. That's the letter J for Jasmine. There's Jasmine's name. And we've got another friend whose name starts with the letter M. It goes Mia. Here's Mia's name. Oh, here's a friend whose name starts with the letter A. Aaron. Here is Aaron's name. And I have another friend. Oh, 2 friends in a row who start with the same letter. And it's the letter D. This one goes D. Devon. And this one goes David. Both of their names start with the letter D. And here's a friend whose name starts with the letter K. Kieran. Kieran, that's your name. And I have another friend whose name starts with the letter A. Olivia. Here's Olivia's name. And, oh, another A. Andrea. Andrea, here's your name, sweetie. And the last but never least, we've got our friend whose name starts with the letter M. Moses. Okay, so we're going to count everybody up, and then we're going to make some tally marks on our whiteboard. We're going to do it a couple different ways, okay? So count with me. I need everybody's help. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 friends. So first I'm going to show you how we draw the number 12. So using my whiteboard, I'm going to do it just like I would if I was writing with a pencil, crayon, or marker. I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to draw a line down. We're going to try that again. Let's try that again. Start at the top and draw a straight line down. And then that's our 1. And standing next to the 1 to make a 12 is the number 2. So we're going to start a little bit lower than the top because with a 2, we got to come up and curve around, and then we stop, and then we draw a straight line over. Okay, so there's our number 12 written like numerals. Now we're going to make tally marks, okay? So a tally mark is just a straight line up and down. So again, we're going to start at the top, and we go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, but something really special happens when we get to the number 5. And when we get to the number 5, the line doesn't go up and down, it goes diagonal across all the rest of the tally marks. So here we go. There we go. There's 5. Now we're going to do 5 more of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're to 5. We're going to go straight across. So let's count up how many we have all together, because this group over here is 5, and this group over here is 5. So what is 5 plus 5? Say when we have 5 fingers on this hand and 5 fingers on this hand, how many do we have in all? Let's find out. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many more tally marks do we have to write to get to 12? We've got 10 tally marks, so we'll just start at 10 and we'll count until we get to 12. You ready? So we know we're at 10, and then I'm going to go 11, 12. How many more tally marks did we make? That's right, 2. Now, I'm going to show you something kind of cool. We're going to break it down a little bit more, okay? Because I don't know if you heard, but when I was counting friends, we had some friends whose names started with the same letters. Did you catch that? And so I want to see if we can break our friends down into groups, okay? So I have 3 friends who start with the letter A. Aaron, Olivia, and Andrea. So I'm going to write the number 3. And again, kind of like a 2, I'm not going to start right at the top because I got to start curving my number around right away. So I'm going to kind of start there and curve up and come down and stop. And then I'm going to curve back down. There's my 3. And then to make 3 tally marks, I'm going to make 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I have how many friends who start with the letter D? How many friends start with the letter D? 1, 2. And that's David and Devon. All right, David and Devon. So we're going to write the number 2 again. And remember, it's like we did up top. We're going to start a little bit lower, come up, and then curve around, okay? And then to make tally marks, it's just going to be 2 lines. So 1, 2, okay? Now, I have some friends whose names start with the letter M. Mia, Moses, and Millie. How many friends' names start with the letter M? 3. Okay, so we're going to make our 3 again. Just like we did before, we're going to start lower and come up and curve around and stop. And then we're going to start again and curve back down and stop. And to draw 3 tally marks, we're going to do 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. 3 tally marks. Okay, now the rest of my friends each have their own unique letter to start their name. Nobody else's name in the class starts with that. So we're going to count up how many friends start with different letters. So I've got Cielo, hers starts with a C, that's 1. Levi starts with an L, that's 2. Jasmine starts with a J, that's 3. And Kieran starts with a K, that's 4, okay? So we're going to draw our 4 like this. You start at the top and you come down, and then you stop. And then you draw a line over, and then you start at the top again and draw a line down. There's 4. Now to make 4 tally marks, you gotta make 4 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tally marks. All right, and 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 more equals 12. Okay, so let's count up all our tally marks down here and see if that was right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job, we did it. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen on this one, and we got another fun activity coming up. Actually, this one's going to be a story for you to listen to because we're learning about clothing. I want you to hear the story Caps for Sale. Now, this is a really good story. I'm not going to read it to you. I'm having another teacher friend read it to you, but I want you to use your listening ears. So that means your eyes are watching, your ears are listening, your voice is quiet, your body's calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen to a story. Okay, so go find a quiet spot to sit so that you can listen really good, okay? And then make sure your eyes watch, your ears listen, your mouth is quiet, and your body is calm, okay? All right, let me share my screen with you so that you can hear the story Caps for Sale. All right, here it is. We'll make it real big and press play. All right, let's listen up.
Caps for Sale, written and illustrated by Esper Slobakinia. Once there was a peddler who sold caps. He carried them on top of his head. First he had his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, brown caps, blue caps, and red caps on very top.
Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap,
He said. One morning he couldn't sell any caps. Slowly he walked up and down the street calling,
Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. 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 Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap.
but nobody wanted any caps.
Me think I go for a walk in the pasture.
He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree.
That's a nice place for a rest.
Thought he, so he went to sleep. But when he woke up, all the caps were gone except his own checked cap. He looked to the right. He looked to the left. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Then he looked up. And what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap.
Oh, monkeys, you.
He said, shaking a finger at them.
Oh, give me back me cap.
But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, This made the peddler angry, so he shook his hands at them and said,
Oh, monkeys, you. Oh, give me back me caps.
But the monkeys only shook their hands back at him and said, By this time the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped his feet and shouted,
Oh, monkeys, you. You must give me back me caps.
but the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, At last he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off its cap, and all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, brown caps, blue caps, and the red caps on very top. And slowly, slowly he walked back to town, calling,
Caps, caps for sale. 50 cents a cap. 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 Caps, caps for sale. 50 cents a cap.
What did you think? Did you like that? Was that a good story, you guys? Miss Cat really likes that one. All right, so we've got a couple more things left to do together here. We're going to go over some vocabulary words. We're looking at the first letter of each word. And then we're going to do the letter sound, okay? So hang tough, I'm going to share my screen with you. And come on, there we go. All right, can you see this? Where did I go? There I am. All right, we'll make that really big so everybody can see these letters. Oh, too big, too close. Okay. So the first word up here, if you can take a look, I'm going to go like this and highlight it. It starts with the letter that kind of curves around. That's the letter C, like Miss Cat. And it goes, ready? Do it with me. K, 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 k. And it's next to the letter L, which goes coal. And this word, when we draw it all the way out, goes clothes. Clothes, because right now our new study is all about clothing. So the letter clothes starts with the letter C. K, k, k. The next word we have for our vocabulary list starts with a letter that goes, it has a line down and then a line over and another line over, and it goes and when we draw it all the way out, oh, that's the letter F. That's right. When we draw it all the way out, it goes fabric. Fabric. And clothes are made from fabric. Okay, now here's a word, a clothing word that probably a lot of you know because you probably have some of these at home. And it starts with a letter that has a line up and then it kind of curves around in a little loop and stops. And it goes p, 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 p. And that's the letter P. And when we draw this all the way out, it goes pajamas. Pajamas. Do you have any pajamas at home? All right, now down here under pajamas is a word that's letter, is like the first letter is squiggly. It curves over and then over this way, and the sound goes s, s. What letter goes s, s? It's an S. And when we draw it all the way out, it makes a funny noise because the S is next to the P. The S and P goes sp, sp, special, special. Do you have any clothes that are really special? All right, and the last word down here, the first letter are two lines, up and down lines, and then there's a little line that connects them. And this letter goes and it's the letter H. And when we sound this word all the way out, it goes hangers, hangers. Now I'm wondering, are your clothes at home, do you put them on hangers or do you fold them and put them in drawers? Maybe you do both. Sometimes our really special, remember special clothes go on hangers, right? Miss Cat has some dresses that are pretty special and those always go on hangers. Okay, so we're gonna stop looking at this one and we're gonna switch over because I've got a question of the day. Are you ready for the question of the day? And I'm going to have you think about this, and then you can have the adult at home send Miss Cat a remind message, okay? But you're going to take a look because there's a key word in here. Hang on. Oh. See my word in purple? It starts with the letter, it's a lowercase f. So the question, and it's actually two parts, it says, do you have a favorite shirt? Do you have a shirt that's very special to you or that you just love the way it feels or the color or something like that? Why is it your favorite? What makes it your favorite shirt? So I want to know, yes or no, do you have a favorite shirt? And then if you do, I want to know, why is it your favorite? What about it makes it your favorite? Okay, have an adult at home help you respond back on remind to let Miss